Lee Morton and I will just work our heads off to do everything to make it entertaining for you. Cuban has the ball down just the way he likes it now, and he's ready to go. And we can see that Greg Hutchings is deep over there for the Hobbs Eagles down on the 5-yard line. Here comes the kick, and it's a rather short kick. It's going to go down to the 25-yard line. It's picked up there by Patterson. Patterson moving back up the field. He's hit hard at the 20-yard line. Vernon Patterson taking the ball and trying to reverse field, pick up some blockers, and he was hit very hard in there. And coming in on him at that point was Tommy Randolph and also John Stout for the Yellow Jackets. So on the 20-yard line, it's first down and 10 to go. That was a rather short kick, and actually the speedsters didn't really have too much time to get their hands on the ball. Now here they come out of the huddle, and Ronnie Pryor will run the game for the Eagles this evening. Here comes the play as he takes the ball. He fell on. It's a fumble ball, and I believe Pryor may have recovered the fumble, but falling on top of him there was Jody Phillips for the Yellow Jackets. So on the very first play, it was a fumble ball, and it'll be second down now and still 10 to go. No loss on the play, but second down and 10 for the Eagles. The Eagles a little bit too anxious to get started out there, apparently, and here they come out of the huddle now with Big Jim Kemp up over the ball. This is a big defensive team from Kermit. Pryor in there now and looking up and down, takes the ball, and handing in to the line goes John Black for a couple of yards, no more. John Black in there trying through the line and couldn't find any opening. He came in there, and taking him was Tom Belding. Tom Belding for the Yellow Jackets, riding him to the ground after a gain of about a yard. So make it third down now and 9 to go. Third and 9. And checking into the game now is Jerry Tenner for Kevin Weiser in the lineup for the Eagles. Third down and long yardage. The Eagles are unable to move the ball too well on this first series of downs. Pryor now calling signal, takes the ball. He's going to try a pass. He throws it out there. It is taken up on the 31-yard line and taken very nicely by Jerry Tenner. He was tackled immediately. Coming in to tackle him was Darrell Preston, but it's going to be good enough for a first down, I believe. Let's check it. Let's check it. They may have to measure because the ball was not squarely on the 20-yard line. It was just a little bit outside when the series started, but the ball has been spotted down on the 31-yard line. It looks good enough for a first down, but we'll just have to wait and see. Here it comes now, the stretch of the chain. It is a first down. First down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. They've tried a pass and completed a pass here to get their first down of the ball game and have possession now on their 31-yard line. So, here they come out of the huddle now and ready to go. They move up to the line, and Pryor looking up and down, takes the ball, handing off his time to Hutchings, going around the right side. He breaks through for about 3 yards, up to about the 34-yard line, and is pulled down. Coming in there on him, first of all, on the play was Pat Stidham, defensively for the Yellow Jackets. A gain of 3 is going to make it second down now and 7 to go. Greg Hutchings finding a little running room in there for 3 yards. Now it's second down and 7 with the ball at the Hobbs 34-yard line. Tenner back in the game for Weiser. And I believe we have a timeout call. A timeout is called for the Hobbs Eagles with a score, Hobbs nothing and Kermit nothing.
You may not need oil well service often, but when you do, the situation is critical. And the first qualification you look for is reputation. And this involves such things as know-how, years of experience, dependability, available equipment, and prompt action. Clark's Oil Well Service Incorporated of Hobbs and Jowl with 23 years experience. Clark Oil Well Service is large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Call them around the clock in Hobbs and in Jowl.
Now we're ready to go back to play out here at Eagle Stadium, and the Eagles waiting for their quarterback, Ronnie Pryor, to come back on the field. He's had a word out there with Coach Etheridge. He's got the word, and now he goes back into the huddle. They come out of the huddle, and here comes the play. Moving up there now and calling the signals. Pryor ready. Hands the ball off this time to Hutchings. Hutchings cannot go. He's going to be thrown for a loss. 3-4 yards, ridden to the ground back there. And coming in on that tackle that time was Big John Stout, 196-pounder. And a loss on the play of 3 yards will make it then third down Third down and 10 to go, and we have a man out on the field. That's Greg Hutchings, who was injured on that play. He was tackled, and there appeared to be quite a few tacklers in on it, but Stout was the first one, and Hutchings appears to be injured. So while we have this timeout, we'll repeat the score again. It's Hobbs nothing and Kermit nothing. Now we're ready to go back to play. And here they come up there. Greg Hutchings knocked out on the play, and he's replaced in the line by Pat McMurray in the Hobbs backfield. Here comes the play now as Pryor goes back to pass it. It is intended for Weiser, and it was through his arms and incomplete. Intended to Kermit, to Kevin Weiser, and he was in the clear there with no one around him and unable to get a hand on the ball. So it'll be a fourth down situation coming up here now for the Eagles. 4th and 10 to go from their 31-yard line. And backing up to take a possible punt here is Jerry Don Adams for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. Weiser will kick it from the 18-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles. He gets a good snap from center, and he gets a spiral out of there. It's low and hard coming down the field. It's going to be taken by Adams on the far side on the 25-yard line, and he's pulled down up on the 36-yard line. And coming in on him there was Bobby Attaway, among others, and it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets with fairly good field position on their 37-yard line. The kicker for the Hobbs Eagles was injured in practice last week. That was Jim Whitley, and unable to play this evening with a sprained ankle. Now we're ready to go back to play, and Shaver with the ball, hands up the middle there, and taking the ball on the play was Gus Kirby, and he gets past the 40 up to about the 43-yard line before Baird comes in on him, and also coming in on the tackle there for the Hobbs Eagles was Stanfield. And it's going to be a gain on the play of about 7 yards, make it 2nd down, now 3 to go. The Kermit Yellow Jackets appear to have a very strong running game. Now then Shaver, the quarterback, takes the ball and handing off to Kirby again. Kirby is past the 45 and up to about the 46 or 7-yard line before he is pulled down again by Baird coming in, and they'll call for a measurement on this play. Very close for a first down. Very close, and they'll have to measure to see whether it's a first down or not. Very hard running game on the first 2 plays from scrimmage here by the Kermit Yellow Jackets. Gus Kirby taking both times. It's a first down. First down now and 10 to go for the Kermit Yellow Jackets with the ball on their 47-yard line. Now they come right on out of the huddle. And up over the ball now is great big Waller, John Waller. And Shaver, the head quarterback, has a man in motion and handing off to Kirby again. Kirby is hurt as he hits the line, and a red flag is thrown. Coming in on him was David Sage and also Steve Dyer, and they're going to mark off 15 yards against the Hobbs Eagles. We don't really know for why, because there was a clean tackle there and no piling on, but they're going to mark off a personal foul against the Hobbs Eagles and take the ball down on the Hobbs end of the field, inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. We can see absolutely nothing wrong there. There was several tacklers in on the play, but no piling on. Here comes the play now, and Shaver ready. Has a man in motion. And there's the pitch out and going this time to Franks. Franks going around the left side and getting inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And coming in there was Baird still once again. And Dyer on the 29. It's going to be a gain on the play of about 9 yards. Make it 2nd down now and a yard to go. So the Kermit Yellow Jackets are moving that ball. They are very strong and they're very big. Here comes the play now as Dyer coming out is replaced in the line by Danny Foster. Here come the Yellow Jackets up there, and Shaver has a man in motion. Hands off this time to Kirby once again, and Kirby appears to have the first down. He carries down to about the 28-yard line. It's very close. He's knocked down at that point by John Stanfield again. and by Baird, and there will be a measurement. Very, very close for the first down, if it is at all. And here comes the measurement out there now. Stretch of the chain, and it appears to lack a couple of inches. About an inch or two, so it'll be third down now, and inches to go for the Kermit Yellow Jackets, and they've punched that ball into Hobbs territory by virtue of a 15-yard penalty against the Eagles and some pretty good running game. So here they come up there now, and here's the play. Lacking only a few inches for the first down, and Shaver ready. Takes the ball. There's a red flag thrown, and coming around on the right side this time was Franks. Franks appears to have the first down, but a penalty marker went down on the play. Don Pearson making the tackle. The illegal procedure is the signal against the Kermit Yellow Jackets, and that could cost them 5. If so, that might cost them a chance at that first down. Franks had the first down by about a yard there, and Pearson coming in on him knocked him down. But they'll bring that ball back to the 28-yard line, and at the 28, possibly, a 5-yarder, and marked off against the Yellow Jackets for illegal procedure. Takes the ball out to the 33-yard line, and that will make it third down now and about 5 to go. Third and about 5 for the Yellow Jackets on the Hobbs 33-yard line. So now they come up there now, and Big John Waller over the ball at center. And the Yellow Jackets moving in. Shaver, the quarterback, calls the signals, takes the ball, and he's going to try a pass. He gets it complete to Kirby. Kirby is knocked out of bounds on about the 20-yard line, and he may have the first down. Kirby taking a pass from Shaver. He had the first down, knocked out of bounds on about the 21-yard line, and it is a 1st and 10 to go now for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. So the Eagles caught napping on that play and unable to stop the pass gain by the Kermit Yellow Jackets. Now then, Kermit coming up to the line with the ball on the Hobbs 21-yard line. We're in the first quarter of play, and this is a big, strong, tough team from Kermit. Shaver now with the ball, handing off. This time coming up the middle there is Adams. Adams going down to about the 16-yard line. Looks to be a gain of about 5. Dyer coming in from the secondary to stop him for the Eagles. Gain of about 5 will make it second down and 5 to go. Ball on the Hobbs 16-yard line. So whoever thought that Kermit was going to be a patsy, they had the wrong information. Coming on up here now, Kermit out of the huddle and over the ball. And Shaver calling. He takes the ball. And going into the line was Kirby. Gus Kirby gets about a yard or 2. And coming in was Stanfield. Also Dyer and Baird in on the play. A gain of about 2 inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Make it third down now and still about 3 yards to go. Third and about 3 for the Yellow Jackets, and they have moved the ball at will, almost at will, on the ground and completed one pass. Now then, here comes the play. As moving up there, Shaver with the ball, handing off, and going around this time is knocked down from behind. Tommy Randolph. Tommy Randolph was hit by 2 or 3 Eagles who came in on him, and first of all to hit him was David Sage, and it's a loss on the play of about a yard, so that'll put it back. No, they didn't lose anything. Just leave it where it is. It's fourth down and still about 3 yards to go. It looked like he may have been thrown for about a yard loss, but not so. So on the 14-yard line, it's fourth down and 3 for the Yellow Jackets. And we'll see whether or not they can get that first down. They move up to the line. Shaver calling signals and takes the ball, handing off this time. He's going to have a hard time, but he gets around 2 or 3 tacklers and goes to the end zone, a touchdown. Taking that ball into the end zone that time was Jim Bob Franks. Jim Bob Franks. He was hemmed up at the 15-yard line by about 3 tacklers, and they let him get around him and went on in, standing up for the touchdown, and the Kermit Yellow Jackets have taken a 6-point lead here early in this football game. Now they'll attempt to convert and make it 7. Please bear in mind that we have a 2-point rule here on conversions, so we'll wait and see whether Kermit chooses to run the ball or whether they will try to kick it. They have a good running attack, and they could attempt a 2-pointer. We'll see here, though. We have what appears to be a kicker in the game. And I believe that's Cubine. Cubine apparently in the game to attempt a kicking conversion. So the Eagles have had their comeuppance here in the first quarter as the Kermit Yellow Jacket moved the ball very handily all the way down the field and have scored. Now then, here they come up to the line. Cubine ready to attempt a kick. Shaver will hold the ball down on the 10-yard line. Here comes the snap. Ball is down. He kicks it. It is not good. It's off to the left. So the score remains Hobbs 0, Kermit, Texas 6.
Are you a person who thinks you'd rather carry cash? New Mexico Bank and Trust Company suggests that you check that impulse with a New Mexico Bank checking account. Some people seem to prefer to pay all their bills with cash, which means they have to carry a considerable amount of money from place to place. That's not only convenient, it's also a dangerous thing to do. Cash is easily lost or stolen, and once it's gone, it isn't easy to recover. With a New Mexico Bank checking account, you're safe. Checks are so safe, in fact, you can even send them by mail. And paying bills by mail is so much more convenient. There are other time-saving advantages and money-saving advantages with a checking account, too. It's no wonder that so many smart people have a New Mexico Bank checking account, so they don't have to carry cash to pay bills, and they don't have to worry about losing money. Why don't you discover the advantages of a checking account for yourself? Stop by New Mexico Bank and Trust Company and talk with them about opening a checking account. Of course, each depositor is insured up to $20,000 by the FDIC. So check that impulse to carry cash with a checking account at New Mexico Bank and Trust Company.
Ball moving back up the field there and was knocked down on the 27-yard line. But apparently there is a penalty marker down, and there will be a 15-yard penalty marked off against the Kermit Yellow Jackets. A late tackle in there. And so it's 15 against the Kermit Yellow Jackets. Moves the ball up now to the Hobbs 44-yard line. And at that point, the Eagles have good field position. It's first down now and 10 to go. Ronnie Pryor calling the signals for the Eagles. Here comes the play, takes the ball, and moving into the line there goes John Black on that trap play up the middle. And he is wrestled to the ground after a gain of about 2 yards, past the 45 and up to about the 46-yard line. And it'll be second down now and about 8 to go. Second and about 8. We're sorry that we missed it. Was taken by Black over there and moved back, and then the Eagles received a little more help on a 15-yard penalty. Now then, here is Ronnie Pryor with second down and 8. He's going to roll out with the ball and go around the right side. He's past midfield. He's still moving down the sideline. He's knocked down inside the 40 on the 37-yard line. And coming in there to get him was John Stout for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. So it'll be first down and 10 to go now for the Hobbs Eagles as Ronnie Pryor, opening up those defenses a little bit, broke into the clear on the sideline and took off down there for the first down. They've got the ball in Kermit territory on the 37-yard line now. First down and 10 to go. So now the Eagles have got a chance to see what they can do. Had a kind of a slow start this evening and are trailing 6-0 behind Kermit. And now they've got a first and 10 on the Kermit 37. Pryor with the ball and handing off this time to Hutchings, going down to the 35 and inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. And a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Make it second down now and 7 to go. Second and about 7 for the Hobbs Eagles with the ball inside the Kermit 35 on the 34-yard line. They move out of the huddle now and coming on up there. They've tried a multitude of things here already here in the first quarter. And Pryor ready, taking a look up and down there, takes the ball, and he's going to throw a pass. He throws it out there. It is taken. And inside the 20 on about the 17-yard line, that ball is taken by Danny Foster. Run option play, and Pryor moved off to the right and just lofted that ball right on down there to Foster, who took it and was knocked out of bounds. So now on the 17-yard line of the Kermit Yellow Jackets, it's first down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. who've been moving the ball on this series pretty well. Here they come up to the line, and Pryor ready, takes the ball, and handing into the line there goes Black, and it's very hard to see. Down about the 10-yard line is where the ball is down. Coming in to knock him down was John Waller for the Yellow Jackets, and we'll see where the ball is finally placed. It looks to be just about at the 10-yard line. We'll call it second down, and still about 3 to go. Second and about 3 for the Eagles, with the ball on the Kermit Yellow Jacket 10-yard line. Here they come up to the line now, and Ronnie Pryor ready. Takes the ball, and there goes Greg Hutchings into the line. He gets about 2 yards, down to about the 8-yard line, and runs into a great pile of players. Coming in first of all was great big Dampier. He's 6'8" and weighs about 245 pounds. So on the 8-yard line, make it third down now and less than a yard to go. Third and about a yard, we'll call it. Deep in Kermit Yellow Jacket territory, the Eagles trying to get a score here after suffering one setback a while ago against Kermit. Here they come up there now, and Pryor ready. Needs about a yard or a little less. Takes the ball. He's going to bootleg that ball. Coming around the left side. He's inside the 5. He drives to the 2-yard line. And coming in there to finally pull him down was big Pat Stidham. But it's a first down and goal to go for the Hobbs Eagles, with the ball spotted just about at the 2-yard line of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. So Ronnie Pryor hiding that ball very effectively and moved all the way around and almost in for pay dirt. Now then, it's first down and goal to go for the Hobbs Eagles on the Kermit 2-yard line. They move up to the line. And Pryor looking up and down that line. Takes the ball. And going to the goal line is John Black for the touchdown. John Black carrying to the goal line and punched it in there for the touchdown. So now then, we'll see if Mario Chavez is coming into the game. And Steve Dyer will hold the ball for him. We'll see whether the Eagles can punch that ball through those uprights and take the lead in this football game. It's tied right now, 6-6. Mario Chavez will get a chance to see if he can put it through the uprights. Here comes the snap. Ball is down. It's blocked. It's blocked. So the score remains Hobbs 6 and Kermit 6.
Go Eagles is the cry. Win Eagles, score Eagles. Hobbs has Eagle fever. It's great to be an Eagle fan. We at Watson are Eagle fans, and we are proud of it. We are proud of Hobbs and the school system that fosters such team spirit and good sportsmanship. We at Watson have a team, and their game is service. And we are proud of those who proudly wear the symbol Watson. Watson sells service, and service sells Watson. Watson of Hobbs, 1501 North Grimes.
Now we're back out at Eagle Stadium for the kickoff now. The Hobbs Eagles kicking from the north to the south. And it'll be Mario Chavez to kick the ball. Deep there will be Jim Bob Franks and Jerry Don Adams for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. It's a tied ball game, 6-6. And here comes the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick. It'll be taken out there this time by John Adams. Adams coming around the right side to the 20. He gets away from one. He's got some blockers. He's finally bunched up on the 44-yard line, and coming in there to get him on the 44 in a last-ditch tackle was Bobby Attaway for the Hobbs Eagles, and it looked like he might have the sideline all to himself there for a minute. Adams had the sideline behind some blockers and carried way back up the field there to the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 to go now for the Kermit Yellow Jackets, and they have got a whale of a running game. This may be one of the finest running attacks that the Hobbs Eagles have seen this year. Moving up there now, it's going to be Gary Shaver at quarterback as usual. And he takes the ball, handing off this time to Kirby. Kirby punching through past the 45 and gets over to the 48-yard line before he's pulled down, and it's Dyer in on the play. Also Dyer. Also in there on that tackle was Baird. We'll check a few of the others. Aguilar coming in also. on the play. So now make it second down and call it 5 to go. Ball just about at the 48-yard line of Kermit. They're out of the huddle. And here comes the official in to say that time is out in the first quarter with the score Hobbs 6 and Kermit 6.
Furs are very proud of all the fine high school athletes, and once again this year, all of the high school games are brought to you as a public service by Furs Supermarkets. If you can go to the games in person, be sure to do so. But if you can't, join us right here each week for exciting high school football. Furs Supermarkets brings you these broadcasts to say thank you for your friendship. Now let's go to the game with Furs.
Now we're ready to go back to play, and here come the Yellow Jackets up to the line. Shaver taking the ball, takes the ball and handing into the line to Kirby, goes to the 50-yard line, and he's hit very hard there by Timmy Baird. Baird murdered him just at the 50, and it's going to be a gain of only about 2 yards, 3, and it'll be third down and still 2 to go. Third and about 2, and that ball is inside Hobbs territory on the 49-yard line. Kermit Yellow Jackets now in the huddle. It's a tie ball game right now, and I think we're going to have some terrific football all night here. Shaver ready. There's a man in motion. And he hands that off to Gus Kirby. Good. Kirby found a hole and was through and down on the 45 to the 44-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles, and it looks good enough for the first down. It is a first down. Actually, Kirby fumbled the ball when he hit the ground, but the official had already blown the whistle, was the ruling, and so it'll be first and 10 to go now for the Kermit Yellow Jackets on the Hobbs 44-yard line. They move up to the line. They have moved that ball very effectively on the ground this evening. Shaver ready. He takes the ball and handing off this time. Going around the right side there was Jim Bob Franks. He gets inside the 40 and down to about the 37, 38-yard line. Dyer coming in on the tackle. And also in on that play for the Hobbs Eagles was John Stanfield, Tony Aguilar, and Timmy Baird. On the 38-yard line, make it second down now and call it 5 to go. It's a short 5 on the Hobbs 38, and Kermit moving the ball, grinding out the yardage, 1, 2, and 3 yards at a time. They move up there now, and here comes the play. Shaver calling. Had a man in motion. There goes Kirby right up the middle, and he's down to the 20-yard line, inside the 20 before they found the ball. And coming in on him there to ride him to the ground was Pat McMurray. But Gus Kirby caught him all flat-footed that time. He went to the 18-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles before anybody could find the ball. So that trap works for other people as well as it does for the Hobbs Eagles. And here comes the play now as they move out of there. It's first down and 10 to go for the Kermit Yellow Jackets on the Hobbs 18. And moving with the ball now, Shaver, and Adams is not going to go anywhere. The Eagles are in on him. He was thrown down there hard by about 6 of the Eagles. Coming in there was Vernon Patterson first of all. A loss on the play will be allowed back to the 22-yard line. It'll be second down now and 14 to go. Actually, they had him, it was Adams going back the other way, but the ball was ruled dead on the 22-yard line. Now then, here come the Yellow Jackets up to the line. And moving on up there, here's the play. Strong to the right. And Shaver with the ball is going to try a pass. He had it blocked. There's a penalty marker down on the field. They slapped that ball back in Shaver's face, halfway down his throat. A penalty marker goes down on the field, and there may be holding against the Kermit Yellow Jackets. That's the indication. And if so, the Eagles may have an option here of taking that play, which was not good, pass incomplete, or they possibly can take a 15-yard penalty against Kermit. They're going to take the penalty. And that moves the ball back up away from that goal line, and will put it down outside the 35 on the 37-yard line of Hobbs. Holding against Kermit is the call, and they pick up a 15-yard penalty. So now then, make it second down, and we're going to call it very close to 27 yards to go, about 29 yards to go. Second down and about 29 or 30 yards. Here it is. Yellow Jackets coming up to the line. And Shaver with the ball, takes the ball. He's going to try another pass. He throws it out there incomplete, intended to Gus Kirby, and it was just a little bit out of his reach. Steve Dyer crawling up his back out there, but not quite able to catch up with him. It's going to be third down and still about 30 yards to go for the Kermit Yellow Jackets with the ball on the Hobbs 37-yard line. Well, we've seen some tough playing out here already in this first half. The score is tied at 6-6, and these Yellow Jackets came to play some football tonight. Coming up to the line. Here they go now. And Gary Shaver, the quarterback, he takes it. And going into the middle of the line, there's a fumble ball and recovered by the Hobbs Eagles. Tony Aguilar fell on that fumble ball and recovered for the Hobbs Eagles. And so the Eagles now have good field position on their 35-yard line as a result of a very, very tough defense thrown up against the Kermit Yellow Jackets. And caused them to fumble, now getting possession, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hobbs Eagles on their 35-yard line. They come out of the huddle now, and we'll see whether they can move the ball as effectively as have the Kermit Yellow Jackets. Pryor now getting his men all set. And one man jumped off there. Penalty markers thrown all over the place. And Pryor's going to try to run with the ball. He finally throws it. But the penalty markers were thrown down, I think, before Ronnie ever took off with that football. Somebody had jumped off out there and caused the Yellow Jackets, I think, to jump offside, too. And I think it'll be a 5-yard penalty against Hobbs. That's what it is, for illegal procedure. Somebody a little bit too anxious out there jumped offside, and that drew the Yellow Jackets off. They made the contact, and Ronnie Pryor tried to salvage a little bit of self-esteem out of it all, but not so. And it'll be then first down now. Do they say first down? Yes, it's going to be a rule to pass. I don't know what that is. 2nd down and 10 to go. Penalty refused. Okay. Kermit refuses the penalty. They choose to take the down. 2nd down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles on their 35-yard line. And Pryor now ready. He's going to try a pass. He rolls out of there with the ball. He throws it out there incomplete. It was intended to Danny Foster, and on the ground, couldn't get it. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 situation. 3rd and 10, back on the 35-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles. So a little bit unnerved here after recovering a Kermit fumble and have not been able to move the ball. They've got a 3rd and long situation facing them. On their 35-yard line, make it 3rd down and 10 to go. We're in the second quarter of play with 8 minutes and 37 seconds left to play. Tie ball game right now. Hobbs 6 and Kermit 6. And now then, here the Eagles come up out of the huddle. And Pryor ready. He's got a man split wide to the right over here. And Pryor with the ball. He's going to roll out of there, and he decides to run with the ball. He gets to the 40, 45, 50, still going to the 45 and down and knocked out of bounds on the Kermit 41-yard line. Well, he got free that time, and Kermit couldn't do much about it. John Waller finally pushed Ronnie Pryor out of bounds down in Kermit territory, and they'll spot the ball where he stepped on the line at about the 43-yard line. Well, how do you like them apples? So the Eagles have got a 1st down and 10 to go now, and they've got the ball in Kermit territory. They move up to the line. Great big tempo over the ball. And they don't waste much time. Pryor looking up and down there. He takes the ball, handing off this time to Greg Hutchings. Greg can't go. They're in on him. They saw him coming. Greg Hutchings unable to get free that time, and tacklers all over the place. Coming in first of all was Ty Reich. A loss on the play of about 3 yards, going to make it 2nd down now and 13 to go. Greg on the reverse and found no hole whatsoever, and as a matter of fact ran into about 3 tacklers all at one time. So it'll be 2nd down now and 13 to go. The ball on the Kermit 46-yard line. Hobbs coming up out of the huddle now, and here they come. Pryor looking up and down, crawling around, takes the ball. He takes a handoff, coming around. He gets past 1 or 2. He's to the 40 and down to the 36-yard line. And we have, I believe, a penalty marker down out there. I don't know what could be a penalty. No, it's going to be just a towel that fell off one of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. And so Pryor is knocked down on about the 36-yard line of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. We'll bring up a 3rd down now and 3 to go. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. And they need these 3 yards pretty desperately to keep this drive alive. And they move right on up to the line there. Pryor looking around. Takes the ball. and handing off to Black. No, it's to Hutchings. Hutchings coming around the right side to the 30. He's the 25 inside the 20 and on the 19-yard line. Finally getting him down was Ricky McGill for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. We had Black with the ball, and he didn't have it. Everybody was fooled on that play, and Greg Hutchings scampered around the right side. He found some running room, got inside the 20 on the 19-yard line. It's first down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. Well, that looked fine there. Thank you, Lee. I lost the ball, son. Here they come now, moving on up there. The Eagles have got good field position here. First and 10 to go on the 19. Pryor with the ball. And it's to Black going up on the trap there. He gets inside the 15 and down on about the 14-yard line. It looks like a gain of about 4 yards. Make it second down and 6 to go. Black going up the middle on the trap. And he picked up some good yardage there, but didn't catch anybody too much by surprise because coming in on him was Bo Smith for the Yellow Jackets. Now then it's second down and 6 to go for the Eagles. And Pryor ready. Takes the ball and handing off to Hutchings. Hutchings has got a little bit of room. He keeps moving down to about the 10-yard line. Inside the 10, he was pile drive to the ground. Coming in there to hit him on the play was Darrell Preston for the Yellow Jackets. But he gets inside the 10 on the 9-yard line. It's very, very close for the first down. It's lacking about a yard. It'll be third down and 1 yard to go. Third and 1 for the Eagles. And they're beginning to pick up a little yardage on that running game out there now. They move on up to the line, and here comes the play as Pryor checks his men. Takes the ball, and going into that line is John Black, and John is very close to the first down. This may call for a measurement. And coming in there to hit him on the play was John Waller, but it is a first down and goal to go. First and goal to go for the Hobbs Eagles, and they've spot the ball down at about the 8-yard line. First down and goal for the Hobbs Eagles on the Kermit 8-yard line. Well, I'll tell you right now, it's hard yardage up that middle. That's a 200-pound line the Eagles are running into. Here comes the play now as they move out of there, and Pryor looking around, checks his men, takes the ball, goes to Black to the 5. He's down to the 4-yard line, and coming in there to ride him to the ground on the play was John Waller once again. In case you may be interested, John Waller weighs 224 pounds, and we don't know whose scales they used. Down on the 3-yard line is where the ball is spotted. It'll be second down and goal to go from that point. Got about 3 yards to the pay dirt. Glory Land just over the hill. Here comes the play now as they move up now, and Pryor ready. Calling the signals, takes the ball, handing off to Hutchings. Hutchings scampers through a hole in the line, goes to about the 1-2-yard line, possibly. They mowed him down when he came through that hole, but the little feller was game, and coming in there to pull him down on the play was Big John Day. And they'll spot the ball at the 2-yard line, make it third down and still goal to go. Third and goal from about the 1.5-yard line. Now then, they've got 2 downs to try to punch that ball in there, and those Yellow Jackets are all bunched up in the middle. Here's the play as they move up there now, and Pryor ready. Looking around, takes the ball, and going to Hutchings. He's in there standing up. Big Hutchings found the hole that time, and he went in standing up for the touchdown. And suddenly we've got a ball game that's Hobbs 12 and Kermit 6. Now then, we'll see whether the Eagles go for the 2 or whether they will try to go ahead and attempt a kick. Apparently not going to try to kick that ball. It looks like they're going to try to play catch-up here and run the ball into the end zone. The ball is spotted down on the 3-yard line. The Eagles are going to try to run the ball over for the 2-pointer. Here comes the play now. And it's going to be Pryor. Pryor goes in there standing up. And we've suddenly got a 14-6 ball game. Ronnie Pryor with a brilliant run around the left side. He sidestepped tacklers all the way and went in there standing up, and it's now Hobbs 14 and Kermit 6.
You're always reading a story about an automobile accident or traffic violation, but you seldom read about the safe driver, the careful man behind the wheel. Now there is a reward for this man. The Gold Key Auto Policy. It can save the safe driver $20 or more a year on insurance rates. Chances are that you can qualify if you have not had an accident or more than one moving violation within the past 3 years. For full information about the Gold Key Auto Policy, call the Paul S. Brown Insurance Agency at 393-5191 or go by 206 North Turner in Hobbs.
All right, neighbors, we're ready for another kickoff here now. The Hobbs Eagles kicking from the south to the north. They'll be kicking to Franks and Adams and Mario Chavez advancing on the ball. He kicks a high end-over-end kick. It's short, coming up to the 15. He's back to the 20 now, taking the ball up here is Cubine. Cubine coming back to the 30 and down to the 32-yard line. Coming in there to pull him down. Eagle defenses, and first of all to make the tackle was Carlos Carrillo, among others, and it'll be first down and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets from their 31-yard line. It is. It's a short kick to Cubine. Cubine tried to get a few blockers in front of him, and by that time the Eagles took the place of the blockers, and that was the end of that. Now then, here come the Yellow Jackets up there now, and the Shaver ready. Has a man in motion. Going up the middle is Gus Kirby. He's a pile driver. He goes now to the 40-yard line before Baird comes down on him. And also coming in on the tackle there was David Sage. The ball is just short of the 40 on the 39-yard line, and we'll check it. It's going to be second down now and 2 to go. Gus Kirby as a pile-driving running back there for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. Now moving up to the line. It's Gary Shaver again at quarterback. Moving in there. He's got a man in motion, and Kirby's got the 2 yards, and about all they can do is get on and ride. Steve Dyer making the first contact, and Timmy Baird knocked him down. Baird hit him first. Dyer got on and rode. First down and 10 to go now for the Yellow Jackets, and the ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the first half. Eagles in the lead, 14-6. Now then, moving up to the line, the Yellow Jackets coming on up there. And Shaver calling the signals. Takes the ball. And handing off this time, going into the line was Randolph. He didn't go. Down on about the 45-yard line and no more. Coming in there, Aguilar, first of all, in on him. And Robert Gray coming in to make a tackle. So it'll be second down now. About a yard's all he gets. Second down on the 45-yard line of Kermit. Second down, 9 to go. And then the Yellow Jackets. Clock is running, showing 2 minutes left in the first half. And the Yellow Jackets moving up to the line now. Shaver ready. Got a man in motion. And coming up the middle is Kirby, and he fooled nobody that time. Coming in there first of all was Timmy Baird. And is he brutal on anybody who attempts the middle of that line. Gain of about a yard on the play. We'll make it third down now and call it 8 to go. A short 8. Ball on the 46-yard line of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. Jackets moving up to the line. Here comes the play. And Shaver. He takes the ball. He's going to try a pass. He's thrown for a loss. Back down on the 39-yard line of Kermit. Coming in there was Steve Dyer. And also coming in on him was Robert Gray. Those two lads had his number, boy, and he couldn't get away. Back on the 39-yard line, it's going to be fourth down. Fourth down, and we have a timeout for Hobbs. Timeout for Hobbs with the score. Hobbs 14 and Kermit 6.
We're the Haggers for Gulf Gas LP. We're telling about the fuel. Good Gulf Gas LP. And the dealers will bring it to you. Come on now and see. It's clean, it's pure, it saves you money too. Good Gulf Gas for father, for you and you. Hey, John, Gulf Gas does go farther. Why, our dealers even bring the Gulf Gas 4Runner to town. That 4Runner's the motor home of the future. It's got a stereo, a complete bathroom, power generator, and it's all run on pure clean Gulf Gas. Our dealers are inviting everybody to tour it. It's coming soon. The Gulf Gas 4Runner. You've never seen anything like it. It's clean, it's pure, it saves you money too. Good Gulf Gas for father, for you and you.
See the Gulf Gas 4Runner this Friday and Saturday, September 10th and 11th in the Broadmoor Shopping Center in Hobbs. Presented and demonstrated by your host, Wayne F. Johnson, your Gulf Gas distributor, 501 North Leach in Hobbs.
Now we're ready to go back to play, and it's punt formation for Kermit. They'll kick it from their 26-yard line. And here comes the kick. He gets a high booming spiral coming out of there. A fair catch is called for, and then on the 28-yard line, and it looks like he may not have held on to the ball. It was Greg Hutchings who was signaling a fair catch. And we don't know whether they hit him before he took the ball or what happened. And it looked like the ball may have gotten away. It did get away. It's called a fumble ball. And it looks like Kermit's recovered that fumble and will take over on the 19-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles. 1 minute left to play in the first half. So what was a fair catch turned out to be a fumble ball. And a recovery by Kermit. And the Yellow Jackets take it over now. 1st and 10 on the Hobbs. It's not on the 19. It's on the 29-yard line. We'll get it straight in a minute. And on the 29, 1st and 10 to go. Shaver ready. And he's going to try a pass. He throws a long one out there, which is over everybody's head. And it was intended out there to big number 33. That was Pat Stidham. And he had an eagle on both elbows. And the ball was thrown over everybody's head. So it'll be 2nd down now and 10 to go. For the Kermit Yellow Jackets with the ball at the Hobbs 29-yard line. The clock has stopped, showing 41 seconds left in the first half. And now then, here they come. Evidently, Kermit possibly going to open up with some passes here to conserve time and possibly hoping to get one in there. Now it's going to be another pass. Yes, it's Shaver. Goes back there and he throws the ball incomplete. That pass receiver wished that he'd not been out there because Pat McMurray rode him to the ground. It was intended to big number 40, Tommy Randolph. Incomplete pass brings the ball back now to the 29-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and 10 to go. 3rd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, pressing on the Hobbs door still once again as a result of a fumbled punt return. 35 seconds left in the first half. Eagles hoping to hold on till the halftime. And now the Yellow Jackets with a 3rd down and 10 coming up. We predict a pass. We'll see what they choose to do about it. 3rd down and long, and Shaver looking around out there. Takes the ball, and he's going to try that pass. He throws it. It is intercepted. Pat McMurray's got it. Pat McMurray is being chased into the end zone. We don't know whether they will call that a safety or not. Let's see. It is intercepted by Pat McMurray for the Hobbs Eagles, or Danny Foster, rather, for the Hobbs Eagles. Danny Foster intercepting the ball and trying to get away from the Kermit tacklers there. Was chased back down to about the 1 or 2 yard line. That's right. And on about the 2 yard line is where the Hobbs Eagles will take it over. We thought it was Pat McMurray there for the minute, but not so. Danny Foster. And so the Eagles have stopped the drive there by the Kermit Yellow Jackets. The clock is running, showing 20 seconds. And about all they're going to have to do is run out the clock here and go off the field at halftime with a 14-6 lead. Now then, here come the Eagles up to the line. The ball at their 2 yard line. 1st and 10. Pryor ready. And he keeps the ball. Going to run with the ball. He's now out to the 20-yard line. 25, 29-yard line before anybody could lay a hand on him. And there goes the gun, ending the first half on the quarterback keeper. Pryor just stepped it up. And what they thought was going to be a fall on the ball, he stepped it out there and ran all the way out to the 30-yard line before anybody could pull him down. But there's the end of the first half of play.
Complete oil well service is the business of Clark Oil Well Service of Hobbs and Jowl, including swabbing and workovers, hot oil service, tank cleaning, rod, and tubing. They have the finest and latest of equipment, professional personnel, and a 23-year reputation to back them up. If Clark's Oil Well Service does it, it's done well. Clark's are big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Call Clark's Oil Well Service around the clock in Hobbs and in Jowl.
Now you can be everywhere at the same time. Sound impossible? Well, it's really true. Most people have a lot of bills to pay each month, and if they don't have a checking account, that means they have to go from place to pay cash. Paying bills is a chore that needs to be done quickly, but it can take a great deal of valuable time. However, when you have a checking account at New Mexico Bank and Trust Company, you can be paying bills everywhere at the same time, simply because you write the checks and mail them. It's an easy operation that saves you time, and it's so much safer than paying by cash. The people at New Mexico Bank and Trust can show you how convenient a checking account can be. Why don't you stop by and open a New Mexico Bank and Trust Company checking account today? You'll find that in one way you can be everywhere at the same time, at least when it's time to pay bills. Remember, at New Mexico Bank and Trust Company, each depositor is insured up to $20,000 by the FDIC. For every banking service you need, come to New Mexico Bank and Trust Company.
Back at Eagle Stadium now, we're at halftime. I'm Lee Morton with Harry McAdams. The Kermit Yellow Jacket Band is on the field performing. And while they are, we'll run down this first half for you. And let me tell you, we have seen one whale of a football game out here tonight. This Kermit team is very big and very strong. They are punishing with their ground attack. This ball game is as even as the score indicates, and it went like this. In the first down department, the Hobbs Eagles have 8. The Kermit Yellow Jackets have 7. Hobbs picked up 6 by way of rushing, 2 by way of passing, none by way of penalty. The Kermit Yellow Jackets picked up 5 by way of rushing, 1 by way of passing, and 1 on a penalty. Each team has penetrated twice. Penetrations, of course, not important at this stage of the game, but they could be later. In the rushing yardage department, the Hobbs Eagles have racked up 133 yards on the ground, and Kermit has racked up 83. It's more even than that. There was a 9-yard loss on the quarterback that could have made them with 92 yards. In the passing department, the Hobbs Eagles have attempted 4 passes, completed 2 for 26 yards, a total offense of 159 yards. The Kermit Yellow Jackets have attempted 5 passes, completed 1 for 12 yards, and had 1 intercepted. None of Ronnie Pryor's passes intercepted. In the fumble department, the Hobbs Eagles have fumbled twice. They lost it once. Kermit has fumbled once, and they lost it. In the punting department, Kevin Weezer punted once for the Hobbs Eagles, good for 40 yards. Kermit has punted once for 32 yards. Penalties, the Hobbs Eagles penalized once for 15 yards. Kermit 3 times for 35 yards. Kickoff returns. Vernon Patterson tried to return the opening kickoff, ran laterally, got nowhere up the field for 0 yards. John Black returned the second one for 8 yards. For the Kermit Yellow Jackets, Adams returned the opening kickoff 32 yards, or the kickoff after the Hobbs touchdown. Cubine returned the second one for 13 yards, a total of 45. Add that 45 to the 95 yards offense, you get 140 yards, 159 and 8, 167 for the Eagles. This game is even. Punt returns, the Eagles haven't returned a punt. Kermit only punted once, and we're going to tell you about that. And the Kermit Yellow Jackets returned the Eagle punt for 8 yards. Ball control department, the Hobbs Eagles have had the ball for 26 ground plays. The Kermit Yellow Jackets have had it for 24. The score is 14-6. It's closer than that. This word from our sponsors, then we'll be back with look at individual statistics and a special interview.
In Hobbs, the big word is Eagles. In the Southwest, the big word is Watson. Both Watson and the Eagles make their home in Hobbs and are proud of it. Both the Eagles and Watson are striving through team effort to be the best in their field. Both are champions because they care enough to try. Watson sells service, and service sells Watson. Watson of Hobbs, 1501 North Grimes.
Furr's supermarkets feature Furr's Pro-Ten beef, the best beef buy in the Southwest. In fact, Furr's are so sure that you'll love Furr's Pro-Ten beef, you get a double your money-back guarantee or complete satisfaction. It's fresh dated, too, so you're sure of buying fresher meats at Furr's. No fresh meats are sold at Furr's after 60 hours of counter time. Furr's Pro-Ten beef. Try a big, thick, juicy steak or a tender roast soon. It's the best beef buy in the Southwest.
Back at Eagle Stadium now at halftime. Let's look at some individual statistics for the Hobbs Eagles. John Black has carried the ball 7 times for 23 yards. Greg Hutchings has carried the ball 9 times for a total of 29 yards, and he was thrown for losses a couple of times, bear in mind. Ronnie Pryor has carried the ball 5 times for 82 yards. Dan Foster has played all the way, but hasn't carried the ball. In the passing department, Ronnie Pryor 2 for 4, 10 and 16 yards, 26 yards on the ground. Shaver for Kermit has attempted 5 passes, completed 1 for 12 yards, and had 1 intercepted. Receptions, Jerry Tenner for Hobbs, 10 yards. Kirby for Kermit, 12 yards. Dan Foster for Hobbs, 16 yards. And an interception, Dan Foster. So Dan Foster hasn't carried the ball, but his name's in that book. He didn't return it. Tony Aguilar recovered the fumble for the Hobbs Eagles. And on the quarterback thrown for a loss, it was Tim Baird who got the quarterback for a 9-yard loss. Scoring, Franks for Kermit scored first from 13 yards out around right end on a sweep. John Black for the Hobbs Eagles from 2 yards out over left tackle. Greg Hutchings from 2 yards out over left guard. And then Ronnie Pryor rolled out on the left side for the 2-point conversion to make the score where it now stands 14-6. In the booth with me is our good friend that we always welcome to this microphone, Jack Daniels. And Jack, we're seeing a different ball team than we saw down at Kermit last year.
Yes. The only thing I want to add to that, Lee, is I didn't get to see that one, if you remember. Last year was a short season for me. Anyway, of course, the score last year was something like 56-6 or 56-0, and this is a vastly improved football team. New coach Greg Sherwood has obviously put new life into this ball club. His record before he came to Kermit was 54-14, so it shows that he's used to winning some football games, and I guess he coached under Coach Etheridge at one time, so that just shows you that it's the pupil and the teacher. And he'd rather beat Coach Etheridge than anything, and I think he's got his boys hopped up, and they're playing fine football. Really, it's a very even football game.
It's more even than that score even shows, as the stats showed. On the field now, the Hobbs Eagle Band, we're going to pick them up for you. Jack, I remember now, Kermit last year is where we spoke to you over the radio because you were down, and it's sure good to have you back.
Well, it's real good to be back. I went down 3 days for a Thursday night before we played Artesia, and I woke up Sunday morning, asked my wife Libby, I said, how'd the boys come out against Artesia last night? And she said, you missed a day in there, honey. Said that was Friday night, not Saturday night. But anyway, this is a fine football team, and of course this is the first opportunity I've had to see the Hobbs Eagles this year, Lee, and I want to say that they're a well-balanced team. I don't know that we got the power that we had last year, but certainly with these boys are going to develop and be tougher than a boot before the year's over.
I think so too, Jack. Thanks for coming up. Now let's pick up that Hobbs Eagle marching band with one of their fine halftime shows. Now the Hobbs Eagle Band moves to center field, goes through some drum formations, and they will go into step to the rear. Now the Hobbs Eagle Band has moved back to center field under direction of their drum major, Mark Jelonic. Marcher of the week this week is Larry Hembry, who plays trumpet, and now in the blockbuster routine, the national emblem.
Now the Hobbs Eagles marching band moves back to center field, turn their backs to this side, and you know what's coming up when they do that. They will leave the field to the very familiar Young Lions. Fine round of applause for this very fine Hobbs Eagle Band. Tonight is Patriotic Night, and as you know, the flag will be lighted in pyrotechnics at the south end of the field. Right now, let's pick up the Battle Hymn of the Republic as the band goes through their annual patriotic display. Well, we hope that you could hear that dissertation that we hear annually, and now the stadium lights are darkened, and the American flag in red, white, and blue colors goes up on the south end of the field, sponsored by the Hobbs Quarterback Club. A beautiful display out here. Jack, isn't that a sight to warm your heart?
Oh, it really is, Lee. And look at that whole crowd came to their feet, and they're still clapping. Everybody's just on their feet and clapping. That's tremendous. Gives you a thrill that's hard to describe.
Yes, I think it's an amazing thing that they do out here each year on Patriotic Night, a tribute to the people of Hobbs as well as to this football team.
And to the people and to the young men and women that have served our country, and those, particularly those that have given their lives, and those that have been a limb or an arm or much time to our country.
Right. Let's go back to the station for this word as the fireworks go off. We'll be back with more of halftime with the score. Hobbs 14, Kermit 6.
What happens if you're sued for $500,000 for negligence and your insurance covers you for only $50,000? If the judgment goes against you, you can lose your home, your savings, and even a large portion of your future earnings. Tragedy doesn't strike often, but only one catastrophe can ruin your life. You can be protected for $1 million with a personal excess insurance policy, which can cost as little as $55 a year. Call the Paul S. Brown Insurance Agency at 393-5191 or stop by 206 North Turner for full details.
Right now, your friendly golf service stations in Hobbs, including Rudy Newman's Eagle Park Golf at 620 North El Paso, are offering an outstanding tire at an outstanding price. The Golf 70 Sports Belted, the sporting tire for today's sporting cars. It features a low, wide racing style, low profile. It has a rugged polyester cord and rigid fiberglass belts for long mileage and top performance. Check the friendly prices and charge them on your Golf travel card.
Back at Eagle Stadium at halftime, the oohs and ahs that you hear are over the aerial flash bombs that are being set off at the north end of the field. And quite a display out here tonight. Also the brightly colored, sparkling aerial bombs. Let's look at some of the outstanding play in the first half, and we've seen outstanding play by both teams. Let me tell you, this boy Kirby from Kermit runs with authority. Frank's the 9.6 sprinter on his outside running is just a beautiful sight to see. And of course, the Hobbs Eagles, offensively and defensively, have done an outstanding job, especially, we don't like to single out one man, but Ronnie Pryor has been just tremendous on his rollouts at critical times. The first big play of the game was the Pryor to Tenor pass for a first down. Tenor went high in the air for that one. Then, on the play where Kermit scored and Frank swept right in, he was trapped behind the line of scrimmage by three Eagles, turned on that blinding speed, got away, and went in for the touchdown. Then Ronnie Pryor came back with his rollouts, 4 of them, for a total of 82 yards, checked that, 5 of them, and the least gainer of them all was a 17-yarder. On the kickoff run back by Adams of Kermit, the blocking was something tremendous as he got to the sidelines. The Eagles did stop him before he went all the way, but they cleared the lane to the sidelines for him. He did a beautiful job. Then, as Franks took a pitch out, headed around left end on the same play that he had scored around the right side, Vernon Patterson came up from his cornerback position, nailed him behind the line of scrimmage. That was a big play. From then on, it seems like the Hobbs Eagles defense stiffened and finally forced the fumble that resulted in keeping Kermit out of that end zone for a second score. Greg Hutchings was injured early in the game, and he was really belted behind the line of scrimmage, and that belt seemed to have done something for Greg Hutchings. Now, I'm not trying to take away from his ability, his desire, or anything of that sort, but after Greg got belted good, he really came to life. He ran with desire. He ran as he hasn't run in the first game or the first half of this game tonight. Maybe that's what Greg needed. He really has run with an amazing amount of desire. He's been hit hard and kept going. Timmy Baird broke through the line on the quarterback for a big play, threw him for a 9-yard loss. That had to be one of the biggest plays of the first half. The punt coverage by Kermit that forced the fumble by Hutchings even after a fair catch was tremendous. They were down the field before the ball was. And then Vernon Patterson on his pass coverage on the last series of plays had to have been as good as we have seen. They threw 5 times. The Eagles finally intercepted 1. Both teams returning to the field, so we'll go back to the station for this word, then be back with the second half with Harry McAdams with our score at halftime, Hobbs 14, Kermit 6.
You probably agree that every business deserves the convenience of a checking account. One main reason is the fact that it simplifies the bill-paying operation each month. New Mexico Bank and Trust Company reminds you that running a household is truly a business these days. And a New Mexico Bank checking account not only simplifies those bill-paying duties, but gives a busy housewife a complete record of receipts and expenditures. With a checking account, you can pay bills by mail, safely and quickly, and your canceled checks serve as receipts for all bills paid. If you run your household like a business, you talk with the folks at New Mexico Bank and Trust Company soon. Let them show you how a checking account can help you. You know, of course, that each depositor is insured up to $20,000 by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. You'll find every banking service available at New Mexico Bank and Trust Company. So come in soon. You'll be glad you did.
Buying oil well service is a little different than buying something at a store. First of all, you need to check reputation. And at Clark's Oil Well Service Incorporated of Hobbs and Jowl is where you hit the jackpot. Clark's Oil Well Service is proud of its 23-year reputation serving oil wells in the Permian Basin based on dependability, quality of professional workmanship, and promptness of action. You get all this every time in the complete oil well servicing offered by Clark's Oil Well Service Incorporated. Clark's are big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Call them around the clock in Hobbs and in Jowl.
Welcome back to Eagle Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of this exciting ball game between the Hobbs Eagles and the Kermit Yellow Jackets. 14-0, or 14-6 rather, at the halftime. This is Harry McAdams with Lee Morton, and we're ready for the second half of play. A tremendous halftime performance here with a patriotic show by the Booster Club, and of course by the bands and all of those involved, and a very wonderful show here enjoyed by everybody. Now we're ready to go for the second half. The Hobbs Eagles will kick off. Mario Chavez in the game will kick. And he's going to go to Adams and the Franks. Deep for the Yellow Jackets. Here comes the kick. He gets a high end-over-end kick going down to Franks. Franks takes it on the 7-yard line. And there's a reverse. And taking the ball is Gus Kirby on the reverse. He's back to the 20, the 30. He's knocked down on the 45-yard line. Coming in to get him was Greg Hutchings. Greg Hutchings with a desperation tackle on the 45-yard line of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. The ball was taken out there by Franks. And Gus Kirby on the reverse took the handoff from Franks and came all the way from the 7-yard line out to the 45. And it's going to be 1st and 10 to go for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. Well, I'll tell you right now, this Yellow Jacket team is full of surprises out here tonight. They move up to the line, and here comes the play now. There's Shaver, the quarterback, moves in. And there's some jumping offsides. Penalty markers are going to be thrown. Shaver attempting to keep the ball and run with it. There was quite a little bit of jumping around in the line there, and we don't know for sure who jumped offside. The officials are conferring at the moment. And let's see here what the signal's going to be. Ball comes back there, and it's on the 46-yard line where the ball was down. And it's illegal procedure against Kermit and offside against Hobbs. Offsetting penalties, so the ball will come back to the 46-yard line, 1st down, and 10 to go for the Yellow Jackets. Everybody a little anxious to get started out here in the second half. Now then the play is moving up there. Taking the ball, Shaver calling signals. And handing off, pitching out this time to Franks. Going around the right side, he gets to the 50-yard line. There's a fumble ball, and let's see who got the ball. Ball is just about at the 49-yard line, and a big pile-up of players over there. It's recovered by Hobbs, coming in with John Stanfield. Franks going around the right side was hit by a host of Hobbs Eagles. Fumbled the ball, and Stanfield came in to gobble it up for the Hobbs Eagles, and they'll take over in Kermit territory on the 49-yard line. We understand that Carlsbad is leading Artesia at the half, 14-0. Now then, here come the Eagles, and they've got a break early here in the second half, recovering a Kermit fumble, and Pryor ready now. Takes the ball, and he's going to try a pass. He throws it. It is taken and dropped. Taken and dropped. It was Jerry Tenner. He had it just a little bit out of his reach. He had it by just a few inches and couldn't quite hold on to it. Jerry had it all his own and was free to go for the touchdown, but the ball just a little bit on his fingertips there. He took it for one stride and dropped the ball. So it's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10 to go now for the Eagles. Ball on the Kermit 49-yard line. Well, that's the way the game of football is played, so don't think a thing about it. Here it is. Now Pryor ready, takes the ball, and going up the middle there to about the 46-yard line. And taking the ball was John Black on the play, and Black able to get down to about the 45 of the Yellow Jackets for a gain of 4 yards. We'll make it 3rd down now and 6 to go. 3rd and 6. Now then they're out of the huddle, and coming up there is Ronnie Pryor. Takes the ball, rolls out of there, and he's going to throw it. It is taken and dropped again, this time by Foster. Foster down on his knees. I believe he had the ball momentarily but couldn't hold it. So it'll be an incomplete pass, and back on the 45-yard line. It'll be fourth down now. Fourth and about 6 to go. Fourth and about 6. Well, it's actually close to 5. The ball is just inside the 45, so make it fourth down and 5. And the Eagles now coming out into punt formation. Kevin Weiser will be kicking tonight. Whitley, the regular kicker, is out with a sprained ankle. Franks and Adams deep for the Yellow Jackets. And here comes the punt formation. Weiser gets it away. It's low and hard, coming down, angling off to the right side. And it's inside the 10. It's going to be killed on the 10. And coming in there to kill that ball for the Eagles was Bobby Attaway. Bobby Attaway pounced on the ball. And on the 10-yard line, the Yellow Jackets are deep in their own territory. First and 10 to go. Well, here in the third quarter, I'll tell you, it's rough and go. Yellow Jackets now have the ball, and first and 10 from their 10-yard line. And we'll see whether the Eagle defenses can hold them off again. 14-6 ball game. Hobbs in the lead here in the third quarter. And here come the Jackets up to the line. Shaver ready now and calling signals. Takes the ball. Handing off to Kirby. Kirby bounces off 1 or 2. He gets outside the 15 down to the 19-yard line before he's dragged down out there by Don Pearson. It looked like Kirby might be tackled at the line of scrimmage. He bounced away from a couple of tacklers and was down for an almost 10-yard gain. It is a 10-yard gain, first down and 10 to go from the 20-yard line. Now then, here come the Jackets up to the line. They've got a tough running game, no doubt about it. Hobbs may not meet a tougher team all season. Now Shaver ready, taking the ball, handing off. It's time to Franks. Franks is going to be murdered. Oh, they head him back the other way, all the way back to the 10-yard line. And coming in there was Vernon Patterson. He got him by the arm, and he waltzed him around and around and around and around, and finally hit him the wrong way down to about the 15-yard line is where they will allow the first contact. It's a loss of 5 yards on the play to make it second down now and 15 yards to go. Vernon Patterson was through on him. Now then, here come the Yellow Jackets out of the huddle. Back on their 15 after a loss of 5. As they move up there now, and Shaver looking up and down. He takes the ball and handing in to the line for a gain of about a couple of yards. No more. That was Gus Kirby. And the ball will be spotted on about the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. And that will make it third down now and call it 12 to go. Third and 12 for the Yellow Jackets. Buried in on the tackle, as you might expect, among others. And so now with third and 12, here come the Jackets up to the line. Shaver calling the signals, takes the ball, and he's going to try a pass. He gets it. It's complete to Big Dampier. Dampier coming to the 25-yard line. He is 6'8" and weighs 240 pounds. He reached up and grabbed the ball. Down on the 27-yard line is where the ball is placed. It is not enough for the first down, and it'll be fourth down now, and still, let's see, we'll call it 3 yards to go. Fourth and 3, and the kicking team comes in for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. I want to tell you, Lee Morton, it's tough to get a guy like Dampier down on the ground.
He's big.
Those little old kids out there hanging on to both arms and both legs. All right, we can see that Greg Hutchins is backing up to take a punt, and Kenny Walker back there with him. And we'll see now, it's going to be Cuba Logan kicking the ball for Kermit. He'll kick it from the 15. He gets it away, a high spiral. And the ball comes down there. It's not going to be a run back. Kermit's going to kill the ball down on the 25, 24, 23-yard line. As Hutchings chose not to attempt to catch the ball, he let it hit the ground and rolled dead out there, and Kermit killed the ball down on the 23. So they got maximum yardage on their kick, all right. But Eagles have the ball in respectable field position, first down and 10 from their 23-yard line. Now then, the Eagles out of the huddle, coming up there. No score so far in the third quarter. Eagles in the lead, 14-6. And now then, Pryor with the ball, handing to Black. He pile drives up the middle past the 25 to about the 28. Looks like about a 5-yard gainer on the play and carrying about half the Kermit team with him. Stout in on the tackle first of all. It's going to be second down now and 4 to go. A gain of 6 on the play as the ball is out on the 29-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles. 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Here they come up to the line. And Pryor ready. Takes the ball and handing off to Greg Hutchings. He's through there for about 3 or 4 yards, and out to about the 34-yard line is where he's pulled down, and coming in to get him on the play there was big number 62 is Preston. First down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. The ball on their 35-yard line. So we have seen Greg Hutchings do some running out here tonight. Every week uncovers a new runner for the Hobbs Eagles. Whitley out of the game with an injury in practice last week with a sprained ankle. Hasn't seen any service tonight. Now then, Pryor ready. And going right into the middle of the line is Black, and he drives to the 42-yard line. He just kept it going, and finally it was Preston who got in front of him and pulled him down. And let's see there, Johnny Black, I believe it is. Kerry, yes, he seems to be shaking a leg out there like he may have had a muscle pull. But the ball is spotted up on the 42-yard line. It's going to be second down now. And we're going to call it 3 yards to go. 2nd and 3 for the Eagles. Up on their 42, and they seem to have really moved the ball well in this series of downs. Let's see what this one looks like. Pryor calling, takes the ball. He's going to run with it. He runs around Dampier. He's past midfield. He's in the clear for the moment. Still going to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He outruns the whole bunch. Ronnie Pryor outran the whole mess of them. All the way for a touchdown. Well, we can see Foster down on the field. Foster threw a block for him, and he seems to have a leg pull, a muscle pull out there. Danny Foster, who did a great job as interference, but he's going to have to leave the game. He's walking on that leg, but he has suffered an injury. Well, I'll tell you right now that Ronnie Pryor showed him what speed was like on that play. He ran puffing and going right around that big damn pier over there, and then just took off. Well, that makes it 20-6, and the Eagles are looking better all the while. Now then, let's see what they choose to do, whether Mario will be in to attempt to kick or whether, yes, he's in there. Mario Chavez will probably attempt to put it through the uprights. He needs to kick one to get his confidence up. Steve Dyer probably will hold the ball for him. We'll check that, too, as soon as they come out of the huddle. That is correct. Steve Dyer will hold the ball. He'll kick it from about the 10-yard line, and Mario Chavez will attempt to put it through the uprights for the 1-point conversion. Here comes the snap. Ball is down. He kicks it. It is good. Mario Chavez kicked it through there, and that score now is Hobbs 21 and Kermit, Texas 6.
Let's talk about you and your food dollar. At Furr's Supermarkets, you get everything to make that grocery dollar do more. And that's why every day, more and more people are shopping and saving at Furr's. Gold Bond stamps every day. Double Gold Bond stamps on Wednesdays. Miracle low prices store-wide. Fresh dated meats, national brands, and great service. Don't you settle for less than Furr's Supermarkets, where you get it all every day.
Now we're ready to go back to play, and Hobbs will kick off still once again here in this third quarter. We can see Adams and Franks back down on the 5-6-yard line. On the kickoff a while ago, they pulled a reverse and brought the ball back to midfield. I think the Eagles may be watching for it this time. And I'll tell you that run by Ronnie Pryor was a thing to see. He ran around that left side, and great big old Dampier, 6'8", 240 pounds, with a huffing and wheezing, and little bitty Pryor went right on by him. Here comes the play now as Mario Chavez gets ready to kick off. And he gets a short one away this time. It's coming down to the 25-yard line, and it's going to be taken out there this time is Stidham. Stidham unable to move the ball back very far. He gets to the 34-yard line and knocked down by Robert Gray on the tackle there for the Hobbs Eagles, and they'll spot it down on the 34 is where it is. First down and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. And they've fallen a little bit further behind, just a little bit, 21-6 right now. Hobbs in the lead in the third quarter. And now here come the Yellow Jackets up to the line. Here's the play. Shaver gets ready. Has a man in motion. And he hands that ball out there to his old standby, Gus Kirby. And he gets past the 35 up to about the 39-yard line where Baird put a stop to the whole mess. Gain on the play there is good for about 5 yards. Make it 2nd down and 5 to go for the Yellow Jackets on their 39-yard line. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter. And Gary Shaver gets him out of there now. And here comes the play as Kirby tries through the line again. He's able to get a few yards. Baird holding on to him. Baird grabbed him by the ankle, and David Sage came in and pounced upon him. Gain of 3 or 4 yards on the play. Let's see here now where they'll put that ball. It's going to be 3rd down now and a yard to go. 3rd and a yard with the ball on the 43-yard line. About the 44-yard line is actually where it is. So the Yellow Jackets have a 3rd down and short yardage. We'll see whether they can get it or not. They've been able to pick up that yardage all night long. They have a real tough running game. Shaver ready, has a man in motion, and Kirby's got it. Kirby goes past the 45 down to the 47-yard line. And going in there to pull him down was Robert Gray once again. And so on the 47. Also in on that tackle, we could see big number 77 is John Rodriguez. John Rodriguez is a big, tough man in the middle of the line in on that tackle. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their 47-yard line. 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and the clock is running in the third quarter. Hobbs in the lead 21-6. And now then the Kermit Yellow Jackets coming out of the huddle and up to the line. There's a man in motion. Shaver handing off to Kirby. Kirby is hit as he took the ball. And coming in there to get him was John Rodriguez again. And also in on the play was John Stanfield. The two Johns teaming up there and pulled him down after about a yard gain. It will be 2nd down now and 9 to go for the Yellow Jackets. 2nd and 9. Well, I'll tell you right now, these Eagle defenses have shown us something again tonight. This is one of the biggest, toughest running games that we've seen here from Kermit tonight. Now then the Yellow Jackets moving up there, hoping to get another score here. And Shaver ready, sets his men, takes the ball, and hands off to Kirby again. Kirby goes to midfield, gets inside Hobbs territory on about the 49-yard line. I said it was Kirby. It was John Stout carrying the ball. And that old nemesis Baird in there in the middle of the line again knocked him down together with Dyer, Rodriguez, and all the others. On the 49-yard line, it's going to be 3rd down now and call it 6 yards to go. 3rd and 6. And here's the play. And it's going to be a pitch out going around this time to Franks. Franks is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Hit hard in there, and coming in was big number 75, Don Pearson, and Steve Frederick, both of them. I'll drive him to the ground for no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down and 6 to go. 4th and 6, and this should bring up a punting situation for the Kermit Yellow Jackets. We'll see who the Eagles send deep to receive the kick. Logan is normally the kicker for Kermit. We'll see whether or not they come out into punt formation. Ball on the Hobbs 49-yard line, and it does look like punt formation for Kermit, and Logan is the kicker. Larry Logan will kick it from the 37-yard line of Kermit. Oh, they choose to run with it. And going up the middle there to the 45 to about the 44-3-yard line is Gus Kirby. They faked a punt, and Kirby carried the ball, and it's very close for a 1st down. See whether it's going to be a 1st down or not. The measurement comes out, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. There's the stretch of the chain. It is. It's a 1st down by half the length of the football, so the gamble paid off. The Yellow Jackets on 4th down and 6 to go came out into punt formation, and instead of kicking, the ball was given over to Gus Kirby, who took the ball for the 6 yards needed, and now then the Yellow Jackets have got a new lease on life. 1st down and 10 on the Hobbs 42-yard line. 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now then the Yellow Jackets moving up there. Here comes the play. And the hand goes this time to Franks. Franks coming around the left side. It goes to the 40. Inside the 40 on the 39-yard line, and the Eagles pile him up there. Timmy Baird hit him first of all. And coming in also on the play was Tony Aguilar. And there's the horn ending the third quarter with a score at the end of 3. Hobbs 21 and Kermit 6.
Go Eagles is the cry. Win Eagles, score Eagles. Hobbs has Eagle fever. It's great to be an Eagle fan. We at Watson are Eagle fans, and we are proud of it. We are proud of Hobbs and the school system that fosters such team spirit and good sportsmanship. We at Watson have a team, and their game is service. And we are proud of those who proudly wear the symbol Watson. Watson sells service, and service sells Watson. Watson of Hobbs, 1501 North Grimes.
Now we're ready to go back to play for the fourth and final quarter, and the Kermit Yellow Jackets have the ball on the Hobbs 39-yard line. Shaver with the ball. He pitched it out there to Gus Kirby. The ball hit the ground. Kirby tried to fall on it. He finally managed to get possession of it. It's a loss on the play. Back to the 45-yard line. A loss of 6 on the play. Tony Aguilar ate him up on that play. Just as Shaver took the ball, there was an eagle on him. He pitched it. The ball hit the ground. Kirby tried to gather it in, and Tony Aguilar was on him. Back on the 45 it's going to be. Third down now and 12 to go. Here's the play now as they move up there. Shaver ready, taking the ball, and it's going to be a pass. Franks throwing the ball. It's taken by Dick Dampier, and he's finally down on the 10 to the 12. About the 8-yard line. Pat McMurray came in and pulled him down. Dan Dampier, 6 feet 8, 240 pounds, stands about a foot taller than everybody else on the football field. The ball was lofted over to him, and he took it. He couldn't run fast enough to get into the end zone. Pat McMurray came in and pulled him down, but it's a first down and goal to go for the Kermit Yellow Jackets on the Hobbs 8-yard line. Well, it just shows you what can happen there. And here comes the play as they move up there. Shaver with the ball, or as the quarterback now, calling signals. There's a fumble. Shaver falls on it. No gain on the play. Tried to start too soon. So it'll be second down and goal to go for the Yellow Jackets on the about the 8 or 9 yard line of the Hobbs Eagles. Put it on the 8-yard line. This Dampier's a big, tall fellow. They can throw the ball anywhere within 10 feet of him, and he can reach up there and get it. Here comes the play now as the Yellow Jackets are out of the huddle. Gary Shaver, the quarterback, has a man in motion, handing off to Gus Kirby. Kirby goes to about the 6-yard line before a knee hits the ground. And coming in there first of all on him to hit him was Robert Gray still once again. Robert doing a fine job on defense out here tonight. Ball down on the 6-yard line. It'll be third down and goal to go. Albert Mays appears to have gone into the game, and we can see Jim Whitley going into the game also. He's suffering a strained ankle. A little bit weak out here, but he's going to go into the game, and also Danny Foster back in the game. Now then the Yellow Jackets with the ball, third down and goal. Man in motion. Here comes the play, and there's the pitch out going to Franks. Franks is hit at the 5-yard line. McMurray pulled him down. Ray Barker, Kenny Walker hit him first of all and slowed him down, and then McMurray came in on him. The ball is down on about the 4-yard line, and it'll be fourth down and goal to go for the Yellow Jackets on the Hobbs 4-yard line. Well, I'll tell you right now, this is where the payoff comes. Those Yellow Jackets are faced with a real tough situation. Foster back in the game. He was out with a strained muscle a while ago, but he's back in there. Here comes the play now. Has a man in motion. Shaver with the ball. A pitch out going to Franks. Franks tries to cut back over the center of the line. And the Eagles bratted his head. They didn't let him in. He tried to get through the door, and the Eagles slammed it in his face. Ball is down on the 2-yard line, and it's a happy bunch of Hobbs Eagles out there. Timmy Baird practically broke him in half as he attempted to go to the goal line. Franks trying to go in and couldn't get in, so the ball goes over, and the Hobbs Eagles have held them away. It's first down and 10 yards to go for the Eagles on their 2-yard line. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in this exciting football game. The Eagles in the lead 21-6 over the Yellow Jackets. Eagles coming out of the huddle now, and they've got the ball on their 2-yard line. Pryor ready. Takes the ball and handing off to Black. Black carries out to about the 4-yard line, is piled up there. First of all to hit him was a big Ty Reich for the Yellow Jackets. Let's see where they put the ball, just about on the 4-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. Now, I'll tell you, we've seen them play some offensive and defensive football again out here tonight. They're out of the huddle and coming up there. Ronnie Pryor taking the ball. He's going to run with it. He gets away from 1 or 2. He's out to the 10. He whirls around to the 12. He may have the first down. Ronnie Pryor carrying that ball and coming in to wheel him to the ground on the play was Jody Phillips. Jody Phillips. And it's 1st down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles on the 12, about the 13-yard line. Now they call for a measurement, so we'll see. Looks good enough for the first down, but we'll just have to wait around here and find out. Maybe it's not. There's the stretch of the chain. And it's good by about a foot. So give the Eagles a 1st and 10 to go from their 13-yard line, and Ronnie Pryor's running with the football tonight has been a revelation. He looked good last week. He looks tremendous tonight. And remember that Jim Whitley has not been able to run during this game. He had a sprained ankle in practice last week. He has not run or kicked with the ball. So the Eagles are running with some more backs out there tonight. Now then, Pryor ready, deployed to the left, taking the ball, and here comes Hutchings with the ball. He's able to get to about the 15-yard line, and is put down at that point by Tom Belding for the Yellow Jackets. They'll put it on the 14-yard line, actually a gain of about 2 on the play, and call it 2nd down now and 8 to go. 2nd and 8. Now then, the Eagles back up there. Pryor with the ball, takes a handoff, takes off around the right side. He's still going past the 25, down to the 30, down to the 35-yard line is Ronnie Pryor, and boy, he don't fool with him. He means business, and he moved that ball out to the 35-yard line, where it's 1st down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. Ty Reich finally pulled him down for the Yellow Jackets. They put it on the 36-yard line. I'll tell you right now, that Pryor is a tough customer when he undertakes to run with that ball. He's quick and he's very fast and deceptive. Now then, moving out of the huddle, and here they come up there. Pryor ready. Takes the ball, handing off his time to Hutchings, coming around the left side. He gets a block. He's pulled down from behind on the 42-yard line. And coming in there also was Tom Belding for the Yellow Jackets, but Greg Hutchings taking the ball for about a 6-yard gainer down on the 42-yard line. Now then, it's 2nd down and about 3 to go. Here comes the play as the Eagles move out of the huddle. And moving into the line is John Black. He goes to the 45-yard line, lacking about a foot of being a first down. Bo Smith making the stop there for the Yellow Jackets. 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in this football game, and the Eagles look good to go ahead and win it, but then miracles can happen in 5 minutes, so we'll wait and see. Ball on the 45-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles. It's 3rd down and a yard to go. They're out of the huddle now, and Pryor ready. Takes the ball, handing off to Black. Black bounces off one. That's 2nd effort. Came through to the 47-yard line. He looks good for the first down. Hope we didn't get a quick whistle on that play. They call for a first down. It is a first down, and it was Bo Smith who made the stop on him. John Black ran into the line, found nowhere to go, and he twisted away from a couple of tacklers and picked up enough for the first down. So on the 47-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for the Eagles, on their own 47, that is. Clock is running, showing 5 minutes, and they're trying to grind out the yardage. Pryor ready. Takes the ball, handing off to Hutchings this time. It goes to the right side. He cuts back over to the 50-yard line, and inside the 50 on the 49-yard line of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. And it'll be 2nd down now, and about 6 to go from that point. It was Bo Smith still once again. Old Bo's carrying the ball for him tonight. Yes, sir. And on the 49-yard line, it's going to be 2nd down and 6, and here come the Eagles right out of the huddle. They're not giving Kermit much chance to rest. And there's a penalty marker down as Ronnie Pryor takes the ball coming around the left side to the 40, knocked out of bounds on about the 35-yard line, about 36-yard line of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. A penalty marker was thrown on the play, though, and it's entirely possible that ball may be brought back. Let's see what they're going to do. Yes, they'll bring the ball back, and that could signify a penalty against the Eagles. Here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yards marked off against the Eagles, back to their 46-yard line, and it's illegal motion by the Hobbs backfield. So that will bring up now a 2nd down situation with about 11 to go. 2nd and 11 for the Eagles. Ronnie Pryor had picked up another 1st down there, but they evidently started a little soon. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left in this football game. The Eagles have showed what they could do against a tough running game out here tonight. Now they're ready to go. Pryor ready with the ball. He keeps it and he's going to run with it. Coming right through the right side. He's past midfield down to the Kermit 42-yard line, 43-yard line, before being pulled down. And this time coming in was Fielding, I believe. And Lee spotted Charlie Seago in there laying a block for Ronnie Pryor, so we want to give Charlie a little credit on the play. It's going to be 3rd down now, and they call for a measurement. Lacks about a foot. Lacks about a foot, and so it'll be 3rd down and call it a foot to go. Ball on about the 44-yard line of Kermit. I'll tell you, Ronnie Pryor has racked up some yardage out here tonight. Now then, the Eagles out of the huddle and coming up to the line. They'll be going against Lubbock, Coronado next weekend, next Friday night. Here comes the play now. And going into the middle is Black. Black, no, it is. It's a pitch out to Hutchings. Hutchings is knocked out of bounds. We saw Black going up the middle. It looked like he might have been going through on the trap, but it was a pitch out to Hutchings. Lee, you saved me again. Anyway, they get down inside the 40 on the 39-yard line. And let's see what happened up on the 19-yard line. A penalty marker is down on the play. Ball on the 39-yard line will be a 1st down if it's allowed to stand, but we don't know for what the penalty marker is. We'll wait and see. Yeah. Evidently, the play is not going to stand. It's going to be a penalty against Hobbs, and it's going to be 15 big ones from the 39-yard line, and that'll take the ball back into Hobbs territory on the 46 again. Clipping is the call against the Hobbs Eagles, so this will be the 3rd start they've made from their 46-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and 11 yards to go still once again. We can see that John Black go roaring right through the middle of the line on the play, and instead it was a pitch out to Greg Hutchings, who had the 1st down, but clipping was called against the Eagles. So we got it all straightened out now, and we're ready to try it again. 3rd down and 11 to go for the Hobbs Eagles on their 46-yard line. Now then, Pryor ready. Takes the ball, and he's going to try a pass. He throws a long one out there. It's taken very nicely down on the 35-yard line. And getting that ball is Danny Foster. Knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. He's got the 1st down. Beautiful pass out there from Pryor to Foster, and they'll spot the ball down on the 34-yard line of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. It's 1st down and 10 to go. So what the Eagles couldn't achieve one way because of penalties and one thing and another, they just turned loose there and pitched that ball out to Danny Foster, who took it on the run. Now then, here they come out of the huddle and ready to go. It's going to be Pryor with the ball. He throws another pass out there. It is incomplete. Intended to Ray Barker over his head and almost intercepted by Steve Jolly of the Yellow Jackets. But it'll be 2nd down and 10 to go for the Eagles. 3 minutes and 43 seconds. And they're just going to play around out there now for the rest of this football game. They've got a 21-6 lead over the Yellow Jackets, which looks all right, looks good enough. Now then, the Eagles coming out of there now. Second down and 10 to go from the 34 of Kermit. Taking the ball is Pryor. Takes a handoff. Coming around the left side. He gets away from one, but he's pulled down inside the 30 on the 29-yard line. Pulling him down was big John Stout. John Stout. And Pryor has to adjust his headgear, his jersey, and everything else here as he was tackled apparently out of bounds. Pryor may have to leave the ball game. Let's see what happened to him. He seems to be holding his face out there a little bit. We can't tell for sure what's happened to him. We have a timeout call. The timeout is called. Ronnie Pryor seemed to have a little something wrong out there on that play, but he's walking around. He's all right. And that may bring another quarterback in. It does. George Bingham coming into the game. George Bingham coming on will replace Ronnie Pryor for the remaining 3 minutes and 36 seconds of this ball game. With the ball on the 29-yard line, it's going to be third down now and 5 to go. 3rd and 5 for the Hobbs Eagles on the 29 of the Kermit Yellow Jackets. And George Bingham gets a chance to see what he can do. And we have somebody running offside over there. Somebody running offside before the ball was snapped, and that will easily be a 5-yard penalty against Hobbs. Back up on the 34-yard line, it'll be third down and 10 to go. 3rd and 10, as Tenner seemed to be wanting to get the jump on everybody and running offside. Now then, the Eagles with third down and long yardage. George Bingham in the game at quarterback. He has a good throwing arm. Here comes the play. Bingham with the ball now, and he's going to pass it. He has plenty of time. He throws it out there to Tenner on the 10-yard line. Oh, Tenner goes to the 2-yard line. He had it going away. Jerry Tenner had it in the clear and was out of bounds on the 1-yard line. Well, I'll tell you right now, that looked fine. Looked fine. Yes, sir. George Bingham coming up off the bench. He's just a junior, and he planted that ball squarely in the hands of Jerry Tenner. And Jerry was knocked out of bounds on about the 1-yard line. We'll see now what the Eagles choose to do with it next of all. Coming up to the line, it's first down and goal to go. George Bingham with the ball. There's the hand. It's not a touchdown. On the 1-yard line, it goes to Danny Foster. And so it'll be second down and goal to go. Foster's still limping a little bit out there. He's had a little leg trouble early in this season. But he's up and around and all right. Ball just about on the 2-yard line. There was some mix-up on the signals on that play. And we'll see now what they choose to do next. It's second down and goal to go for the Eagles. And a chance to make still another touchdown in this game if they can do it. Moving on up to the line there, George Bingham, the new quarterback, steps in. There's a penalty marker down. Probably used too much time. And that'll cost him 5. That could mean the difference right there. 5 yards will bring the ball out now to the 7-yard line. It'll be second down and goal to go for the Hobbs Eagles. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the ball game. Vernon Patterson in the game to replace Danny Foster in the backfield. Clock is running, showing 2.5 minutes. The Eagles have got the time all right. But they've been a little bit slow. Here comes the pass to Bingham, handing off to Hutchings. Hutchings goes to the goal line. Touchdown! Greg Hutchings behind some tremendous interference out there and carried it right on in there. It was Tenner in there running interference as well as one or two of the other Eagles, and we suddenly now have Hobbs 27 and Kermit, Texas 6. Now then, we'll see whether the Eagles choose to convert for the 1 point or whether they will attempt to kick it across there. Mario Chavez is in the game, and Steve Dyer will hold the ball. Here comes the attempted kick to try for 28. Ball is down. Chavez kicks it. It's good. And the score is Hobbs 28, Kermit, Texas 6.
Don't settle for conventional tires till you find out the price on Gulf's new Deluxe Crown 78 wide tread belted tires at any of your friendly Gulf service stations in Hobbs. This tire is low and wide, features rugged polyester cord and rigid fiberglass belts for long mileage. Right now, you can buy these advanced 78-weight belted tires at a price that's right at Mr. and Mrs. Buford Klein, Hobbs Super Golf at 2602 North Turner in Hobbs. Charge them on your golf travel card.
Now we're ready for another kickoff here, and the Eagles will be kicking from the north to the south. Stand by next Friday night for Hobbs as they entertain Lubbock Coronado here at Eagle Stadium next Friday night. You don't want to miss it. They're the class of West Texas out here, and the Eagles are going to take them on next Friday night right here at Eagle Stadium. Now then, we have a kickoff here, and going in to kick this time is Bobby Attaway. Bobby Attaway will kick off for the Hobbs Eagles on this kickoff. Here comes the kick. And he kicks it rather short on the 25-yard line. Take the ball out there is Cubine. And he gets back to about the 24-yard line, and he's dumped hard by Robert Gray. Also, Donnie Jackson in on the tackle. And on the 24-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 to go now. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and they've just about had it. 28-6, Hobbs in the lead now. And we have 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the ball game. And the Jackets need to do something. They scored early in the game, and that was the end of it. Here comes the play now as Shaver takes the ball. And handing off this time to Franks. Franks trying the right side. He gets to the 29-yard line. And coming in to pull him down was John Stanfield and John Rodriguez in on the tackle also. On the 29, it's going to be 2nd down now and about 5 to go. 2nd and about 5 for the Yellow Jackets with the ball at their 29-yard line. As they move up there now, big John Waller over the ball at center. And Shaver, who's gone all the way at quarterback, looking around, hoping for a miracle. Takes the ball, going to try a pass, and he's going to be thrown for the loss back on the 25-yard line as Baird went back and got him. Oh, that Baird is tough tonight. Back on the 25-yard line, and it's a loss on the play of 4 yards. That'll make it then 3rd down and about 9 to go. 3rd and about 9. And the Yellow Jackets have called a timeout to stop the clock. We're going to stick around here. 1 minute and 19 seconds left. And no doubt they're going to open up with a passing game here if they can possibly get the ball to Dampier. Well, no doubt he can reach up there and get it. We don't know how fast he can run with it. But he is tall. And so the Yellow Jackets have lost the first game of the season. No doubt about it. They can't overtake the Hobbs Eagles now with only 1 minute and 19 seconds left. Hobbs in the lead 28-6. And I'll tell you, these Eagles have looked fine out here tonight. Now we're ready to go back to play. And the Jackets coming up to the line. Shaver ready. Shaver with the ball, going to run with the ball instead of passing it to get up to the 30-yard line and taking the ball on the play was Haygood. Haygood going through the middle up to the 31-yard line where it'll be 4th down now and still about 3 to go. Pete Farmer making the stop as Coach Doug Etheridge uses all the guys in the squad out here for the 2nd week in a row. And I believe that Coach Sherwood over there is going to send in what's left of his squad, too, so that everybody gets in a little bit of action. And we got players running all over the field out there. Now then, it's going to be a punt formation. Somebody jumped offside. Here comes the punt. Logan kicking. And it's going to be taken. It's fumbled and recovered by Hobbs, and getting the ball out there was David Sage. No penalty marker went down on that play, but fairly obvious that somebody was in Hobbs' backfield before the ball was snapped. It doesn't make any difference. 23 seconds left on the clock. And Hobbs now will have possession on the 35-yard line, about the 34-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. I'll tell you, these wonderful high-flying Eagles have won another tremendous game tonight. We didn't know how they were going to get along against Kermit because this is a big team and it's a hard-driving team. But the Eagles took all they had and then returned it every bit and some more. Now then the play. As taking the ball is George Bingham. He hands the ball off this time to Pat McMurray, and Pat McMurray is knocked out of bounds. No more time left on the clock. That's all of it, and that final score is Hobbs 28 and Kermit, Texas 6. This word, then we'll be back with the final word on the game.
Ever think about a checking account as pin money? When you touch a pen to a check, it becomes money for paying bills, giving you cash when you need it, and making the daily financial routine a great deal easier. With the New Mexico Bank and Trust Company checking account, you have a guarantee of safety for your money. The very fact that a check isn't money until you write it, and won't become cash until the proper person endorses it, makes it much safer than cash. Cash can be easily lost or stolen, and once it's gone, it isn't easy to recover. Carrying a considerable amount of cash is not only an inconvenient thing, it's also a dangerous thing to do. Smart people have a New Mexico Bank and Trust Company checking account, so they don't have to worry about carrying cash to pay bills. With a New Mexico Bank checking account, you can make a check into money with the touch of your pen. You can pay bills easily and quickly. Open your checking account today at New Mexico Bank and Trust Company, where each depositor is insured up to $20,000 by the FDIC.
Back out at Eagle Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, we watched another tremendous ball game. Lee, what'd you think of it?
Just can't say enough for that Eagle defense. I thought they started off shaky and really closed the door on a hard-running Kermit team. And let's give Kermit credit. They had it. But the Eagles, Ronnie Pryor, Greg Hutchings, John Black, they just came through in beautiful shape, and I was real pleased with their performance after Kermit scored first.
Lee, do you know of any kind of entertainment that people could possibly come to and get more for their money than to come out here and watch these Hobbs Eagles go at that football?
This is one team that is going to give them excitement in every game, and anybody that doesn't come out to see them is really missing a show.
Well, I think so, too. Well, we've had a wonderful time out here tonight, and we do hope that you're listening enjoyed the game as much as we. We're going to be right back here next Friday night. It'll be Hobbs and Lubbock, Coronado. And believe you me, that's about the toughest team there is in Lubbock as well as West Texas. And so we hope that you'll make a special effort to get out here and watch them next Friday night. This final score, again, is 28 for Hobbs and 6 for Kermit, Texas. Remember that tomorrow night, the Hobbs Junior Eagles will entertain Pecos, Texas here at Eagle Stadium. And you don't want to miss that one. Lee Morton will be right here to tell you about it. Just as a suggestion, we might suggest that you bring your radio and come and watch the boys play and listen to the broadcast all at one time. It's a very good way to do. Well, this is Harry McAdams, and speaking for Lee Morton and saying again that we enjoyed it. We hope you did, and hope you'll join us next Friday night for Hobbs versus Lubbock, Coronado. And don't forget, tomorrow night,